Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in this evening. We are live, but we are not quite live with action yet. We will be underway here and in probably about 20 or so minutes, maybe a little bit under 20 minutes. We've had a thunder and lightning delay that has gone on and on and on from about 10 minutes or so left in the pregame warm-up period. Band was about to come out, and we heard some thunder, saw some cracks of lightning, and then we actually got to experience something that we haven't experienced for quite a while, and that was precipitation from the sky in the form of rain. And it lasted more than just a brief couple blinks.
It's been an amazing sight.
Yeah, it was great. So nonetheless, we will be back with you here in just a few short minutes. We wanted to come on and let you know that we should be starting near 7:40. So we'll go live just about then. We may have just seen another little bit of lightning, but we're going to hope that the officials that are here this evening did not see that, and hopefully there's not any thunder that accompanies it as well to indicate that we would have to add on another 30 minutes. But we'll let you know one way or the other. Nonetheless, thank you for joining us, and back to your regularly scheduled royalty-free music. All right, fans, we are officially in our countdown period now. We've had no more lightning or thunder for a little bit of time here. So I've just gotten word from our athletic director, Mr. Tim Bolander, that barring any other thunder or lightning strikes, we will be getting things back underway here in 30 minutes to kick off. The teams will be coming out in just under 20 minutes, and they will have an abbreviated warm-up period so that they can get warmed back up, and we will have kickoff. Not sure if you're tuning in to watch a little bit of the pregame festivities with the band. I know they were about to come out. Not sure if they will have an opportunity to play anything here beforehand. They may just walk out onto the track and play. Not really sure there, but nonetheless, football is within sight. We are right now at 30 minutes to kick off and counting. So stick with us, and we say thank you once again for sticking with us if you've been here this whole time. We will be going live with football at about 7:55 for kickoff as our start time. Until then, enjoy the music once again.
Cadet Second Lieutenant Sarah Kegley, commanded by Cadet First Lieutenant James Brown. Please remain standing as the band honors America with the playing of our national anthem under the baton of band director Rick Duffus. Please join the band as they pay homage to our playing the McLain alma mater.
All right, all right. We were delayed for a little bit over an hour, but we are ready for some Friday night lights here at McClain Field, as McClain will play host to the Bearcats of Paint Valley. This 41 rivalry in its second year renewed once again, and the Bearcats got the best of the Tigers last year in a close, very tight defensive struggle, and the Tigers looking to get revenge this year. It'll be the Tigers to kick opening up as Zane Adams tees it onto the tee. Carson Free deep, along with Jeremy Kane for the Bearcats.
Zane Adams will be kicking for McLain Fighting Tigers.
All right, the ball falls off of the tee. A little breezy still here tonight as the storms have passed by, at least in terms of the thunder and lightning and rain, but quite breezy compared to what we've had for most of the last couple weeks here.
And both teams going to have to make sure that they watch their traction out there on the grass. It's probably the first time they played on slippery grass in quite a while.
I would imagine most of the water has gone to the straight to what would be the dry sponge that is the earth. Kick deep to Kane off of the far hash, works his way up that hash, now tries to bounce it outside and does, trying to be pursued by Douglas, and then he will cross the 50 and is tackled by the kicker, Zane Adams. Big return for Kane.
Payne Valley starts off with excellent field position for the game. They will be led by quarterback number 14, Preston Faber. Key players in Payne Valley as well is Jace Reinhardt, a junior wide receiver, and Carson Free, also I think he's a senior now,
I believe he's a senior, yes, and he is quite a speedster at wide receiver, number 4 there, Carson Free. Payne Valley in a pistol formation. Faber, hands, Robertson, met at the line, nowhere to go, brought down immediately, no gain.
Robertson on the run. Met at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second down.
That's a good start at the line of scrimmage from the McLain Tigers there.
Good job by that interior line to clog things up. Pistol formation once again, Faber in the backfield, Robertson behind him. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Look to be a midline option. They give it to Robertson once again. He will gain yardage this time, about 4 yards on the run.
Jordan Bell with the stop on the play. 4-yard run for Robertson. They'll set up 3rd down and 6.
Third down for the Bearcats.
Very effective on Jordan Bell getting in there as defensive line shut off the blocks there. Keep the gain short. Payne Valley spread now. It looks like they will have 4 receivers out there.
Faber pass right, just over the head of Kane. He is knocked to the turf. And that will be the 3rd down. In Tiger territory, I would imagine they go for it here.
It's 4th and 6. The Tigers are not surprised on that defense at all. Hayden Cornell for the Tigers is out there with good coverage.
They will stay on the
Along
field.
with Eli Douglas.
Faber, shotgun, pistol formation, Kane in motion. Looks to pass, looks right. And
dropped.
He had number 7 there. That's Drez Bolin, incomplete off of his hands.
Big break for the Tigers there as Drez Bolin cannot hang on to it, which means a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 McLain. So that's a big break for the Tigers. Let's see if they can capitalize with pretty good field position here.
Yeah, Bolin did a nice job there sitting down into the gap between the cornerbacks, and the ball was well placed from the quarterback, but just unable to bring it in.
So Cohen 6 comes out there with the Tiger offense there. This week, number 24, Jordan Bell, replaces Owen Sykes, who's out for the week with undisclosed injuries.
Yeah, he was injured last week, and it will be a handoff to Bell right away, and there is nothing doing on that run as he gets met at the line.
Nothing there. Payne Valley was not surprised on the play. So it's 2nd and 11 there. So they went up right up the gut there, the 32 dive. So bringing the play in for McLain was T.D. Matisic. So it's 2nd down and 11.
All right, 2nd down for the Tigers here now, a little bit behind the sticks.
We got 4 receivers out spread.
They'll go into a pistol formation. Balanced pistol, 2 left, 2 right, 1 behind. Cohen 6, signal caller. Looking for that midline option. He will keep, goes off the left-hand side, and gets some good yardage. Probably
nice call by the
probably
Tigers
about 6
there.
yards there to make it a manageable 3rd down.
Nice call by the Tiger coaching staff there. Nice play fake by 6. He is one that's really matured in terms of running it. We've known Cohen could throw it all the time. So it's that was an impressive play by 6.
Did a nice job
manageable.
Keeping that ball on the option. They've done a really nice job on that midline option.
Yes.
And Cohen's done a good job of kind of waiting to the very last second to make the decision of whether to pull it or whether to hand it off. This time he'll have a back to his left and another back as an extra blocker. Pass.
Nice play.
Cam Medley, but oh no, he is out of bounds.
Oh, we needed the guys from last week, I think, and then maybe they'll overturn it.
Going 6's pass.
Nice play by 6 to Medley, but they called it out of bounds. So.
4th down for McLain.
Yeah, so Tigers look to punt here as they are on their own side of the field, near the 50-yard line, but still don't want to give up good field position. Punt it away and live to fight another
Hunter
possession.
Peabody is there.
Yeah, Hunter Peabody, just a freshman. He came in to do some punting duty toward the end of last game as Sykes was, as we mentioned, injured. Peabody, pretty good spiraling kick, not a lot of distance, but might take a hop. No, it takes a sideways hop, and the Tigers will fall on it. And Paint Valley will take over at that spot.
Peabody down by the Tigers at the 39-yard line. Bearcats will have it at the spot.
So Paint Valley will take the ball over for the second time. McClain's offense looked like it was moving. Unfortunately, their 3rd down play, the ball was caught out of bounds. So
yeah, it looked like they were actually doing a pretty good job of having a little bit of momentum there, but just unable to haul it in bounds.
I really like the call there. So defense will have to stay tight here, and we'll see what they do.
Pistol formation, couple tight ends. Yep. Kane in motion. He goes into the backfield. Now motion's back again.
Up the middle again.
Yeah. Stopped right away.
Much there.
On the run. No gain on the play.
So looks like 2nd and 9 according to the
Yeah,
things.
I think it's right about the same spot.
I think Kane.
Just maybe a couple inches is what he gained.
They're going to throw
Faber calls for it. 7 this time. Bolin hauls it in. Oh, ball's on the ground.
We got a fumble.
And I think the Tigers might have it. Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay, Paint Valley does recover on the far side, able to scoop it back up.
Pass complete. Bolin. Ball hits the turf.
Faber to Bolin. And Paint Valley recovers the fumble. So Paint Valley got lucky there. They're set up with about 3rd and 7. So we'll see what happens here. We got one in the backfield. They do have a wing formation.
Paint Valley now in motion. Looks to have that kind of triple option. Robertson tries to get some footing but cannot. And it will be 4th down once again for the Bearcats.
Looks like it's about 4th and 4 now. So we'll see if Paint Valley decides to go for it, if they're going to punt.
Makes it 4th down.
Tigers doing a really good job with that run up the middle, but you can see Paint Valley is setting up Kane in motion there for what will eventually be a kind of a triple option look. So be on the lookout for that. McLain defensive
They're passing
staff.
this way.
They are passing.
Quick.
Across the middle. Oh,
fumble.
I think it's going to be incomplete. If they call this a catch, I would be surprised.
We'll see what the officials
Oh, they do say it's a catch.
They call completion and fumble.
That becomes very difficult to be a catch when the ball pops out right away, but we'll see.
Pass from Faber.
We're waiting on the officials to make a call here because it looked like it's either incomplete or a completion with the fumble because the ground can't be a catch there. So I don't think the fans are too happy about that or the coaches. So when we look at the replay there, it looks like a fumble or an incompletion, but
I would say, if nothing else, it's an incompletion because the ground immediately caused the ball to squirt out. So that doesn't seem like it would be enough to be a completion.
Well, that was a pretty unique call. I figured they'd overturn
Robertson
that,
on the
but
run.
they didn't. So
Number of Tigers in there.
Robertson with the carry, gets 2 yards at 2nd and 8. After Paint Valley keeps possession on a play that we thought was incomplete or fumbled, but apparently not. They're
Fauber
passing.
calling for it.
Plenty
Now
of
has
time.
to roll to his left, looking downfield once again. Pumps. Deep throw. And I think that's
incomplete.
Eli Douglas on the coverage.
Good coverage by Douglas. He couldn't put it down, but that sets up 3rd down and 8. So Paint Valley, if Paint Valley's looking at 4 downs, they may run it here if they're looking at 4 downs. But they definitely want to throw. They're not worried about the weather or anything.
Paint Valley once again in that pistol formation. Couple tight ends tight. Fauber claps and calls for it. Robertson handoff has a little bit of
a hole this time.
Hole now, and he will pick up the 1st down, brought down near the 30-yard line.
Madisick on the tackle there. But for Paint Valley, they get the ball to the 30-yard line, so it's 1st down.
All right, so now getting the running game going is Paint Valley with that offensive line. Kane in motion, and they swing it to him this time, and it will be an incomplete pass as it was in front of the quarterback.
Paint Valley rushed the pass there as Fauber threw it low to Kane, which sets up 2nd down and 10. Connor McCune, defensive end, caused havoc on that pass.
Yeah, did a nice job getting his hand in the lane.
Fauber to throw that quick. So 2nd down, let's see if they go back to the run there. Paint Valley's been mixing up their plays pretty much 50-50 so far.
McCune now on the other side of the defensive line. Kane in motion once again. Handoff. Oh, and just a little bit of a wiggle, and he's going to go to the house.
Yep, he went.
Robertson untouched into the end zone. First score of the game go to the Bearcats.
So Paint Valley is up 6-0 as Bray Robertson goes in for the 30-yard touchdown there to make the score 6-0 Paint Valley.
Yeah, and it just was a matter of time before he was going to be able to kind of get loose a little bit there. Did a nice job putting his right foot into the ground and cutting back to the center, and there was no one there past the 2nd level.
Looks like Paint Valley's going for 2 here.
Yeah, they seem to be, although I could no, they will snap it. And it's Robertson just straight ahead.
2. So with the officials not overturning that call on the incompletion on 4th down, Paint Valley goes in to score. So it's 8-0, unfortunately. So it's a bad break for the Tigers when the official don't overturn a fumble or incompletion call.
Yeah, Tigers with a tough one there. And, it's kind of a bang-bang play as the receiver looked to have it. He was kind of suspended up in the air and came down to the turf. And as he hits the turf, the ball pops out right away. So you would think, and I know in the NFL they talk about, a football move and, the NCAA, there was notoriously what was a reception and a fumble return with the Buckeyes against the Tigers of Clemson a few years back. But at the high school level, the rules might be slightly different there.
I guess the rule book changed. When I played high school receiver, you had to catch the ball and you hit the ground, and that was if you dropped it, it was incomplete or a fumble.
Yeah, you always heard the ground can't cause a fumble. And so if that's the case, then you would think
can't cause completion.
It also probably can't cause a completion either. But nonetheless, they said it was complete, and that allowed the Bearcats to keep their drive alive. Looks to be Robertson with the kicking duties here on kickoff. He'll put the tee down on the 40-yard line and be handed the ball by the official.
The kickoff goes to McLain. With 6:07 to go in the first quarter, it's Paint Valley 8, McLain nothing.
Robertson puts toe to leather, deep kick into the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Robert kicks kick into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Tigers will take over since then.
So the kickoff goes in the end zone. McLain will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
And that's one thing that you still see in high school football, the ball being placed on the 20. You know, still if you look at the college game and the professional game now, the ball moves out to the 25. I'm a little bit surprised that hasn't happened here at the college or from the college and pro ranks down to the high school ranks. But nonetheless, ball at the 20 as the Tigers have their second possession of the game, looking to get on the board. Cohen 6 in the shotgun. He looks to hand off Bell, a little bit of a wiggle, but and he keeps the legs churning. Gain on the play. I thought he was going to be stopped there, but he keeps things moving and gains a pretty decent run there of about 5 yards.
I've been impressed by Bell. He's shown a lot of perseverance this season so far, and he has the ideal build for a running back. He's low to the ground, so you keep those legs moving as you're taught by the coaches. Good things can happen. So, and Paint Valley's loading up right now. They're looking to stop the run. This time they're, not loading up the line of scrimmage after that play.
Handoff, Bell, a little bit of a wiggle, spin move.
Nice
then he
move.
is stuck by Kane, but still a gain on the play for the Tigers.
They're moving the chains here. So that's a first down for McLain. Great job. Jordan Bell's really impressed me. He's our starting tailback now. He's keeping his feet moving. He hadn't played football for a while, and he's come back out this year. Heck of a basketball player, and now he's seeing results on the football field. In Paint Valley, the last two plays had struggles with them. So we'll see if Coach Penwell goes back to Bell or if they do a little play action here.
Bell lined up on the left hip of Cohen 6, 3 wideouts to the left, 1 on the far right-hand side of the field, just past the numbers. Handoff, Bell, and he is swallowed up. Number 56 in there along with Robertson.
56 for Paint Valley, Caleb Saunders, senior, with the tackle there. He was able to get through the line, and that time it makes it second and 11 for McLain. So they were anticipating us going to Bell, and good stop there.
All right, Tigers now a little bit with some momentum stoppage there as they go backward here for a 1-yard loss, looking to right the ship on 2nd and 11 as they break the huddle. Very similar formation. Adams is the close receiver in the slot.
Nice fake.
Deep pass, potentially caught, and there is a flag as well.
Caught by Cameron
We'll
Medley.
see what it is.
Cameron Medley with the reception. There's a flag in the play. And that's a 30-yard pass there from where they're going to put it.
All right,
and we'll see what the flag is.
McCune was
here.
the receiver on that play, did a nice job hauling it in, and they do rule it a catch. They are moving the sticks down, so I'm going to guess that it may have been a defensive penalty that was declined. We did not see any indication from
probably holding
the far
or
side.
an interference, depending on the play. He's probably trying to hold him, knowing that ball was going that way.
Reception, though, better than both outcomes.
So they put it on the 45 officially, so it's 25 yards.
Tigers in the shotgun. Cohen 6. Now a little wraparound action, and it'll be a gainer for number 3 of the
Keaton
Tigers.
Buechler.
That's Buechler. Gain of a couple.
Keep Buechler with the 2-yard gain to make it 2nd down and 8. A little change up there to keep the defense honest, because defense is going to obviously key in on Bell, who's going to get a lot of the carries. So it's a good call by the coaching staff here.
Tigers break the huddle. Cohen 6 gives a little bit of instruction there to Buechler in that kind of power back or super back position. Bell behind in the pistol. Handoff goes to Bell. Moving forward, gets to the 40, and that's as far as he will be able to go as he's held up by the Bearcats linebacking crew.
Jordan Bell with the carry. That's 3rd down and 5 now. A nice 3-yard run. Nice patience. Sets down a manageable 3rd and 5. I would assume this is 2-down territory for the Tigers, so they could run again. Our short passing game, first 2 weeks of the season, has gone very well for the most part. David. So we'll see what Coach Pinwell has in mind on this 3rd and 5. They're starting to get Paint Valley a little off balance on defense as they were a little over-aggressive early on.
Matisic relays the play from the sideline to the huddle, and the huddle will break now with 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 6 calling the signals. Pass to Matisic, and just a little bit to his outside, off of his hands, incomplete.
Yes, that was a good call there. Unfortunately, just a little bit behind on the passing play. So,
and it looks like they might be trotting out the punting unit.
Looks like we are punting here.
And they will indeed.
Yep,
yes,
Hunter
Peabody
is there.
Will stand on his own 49-yard line. Tigers to punt. Looking to pin the Bearcats deep. Good snap. Laces were down, a little sidewinder of a kick. And whoever that was touched it early, and then the Bearcats try to capitalize as they had at least 2 men behind, but brought down immediately.
Kane for Paint Valley decided to try to take the ball, but it didn't amount to much there. Officials are going to place the ball officially at the 14-yard line.
All right, so didn't see who ended up touching. I think it was number 10, although I didn't get a good look at the
number 40 did.
Was it 40? Okay.
For McLain, that is Isaac Morgan, a sophomore.
All right. Tigers on defense now for the 3rd time in this game.
Is complete.
Pass free, complete, but Zane Adams with the tackle, the senior, on the outside.
It's a Faber to Carson free there for the completion for Paint Valley. That makes it 2nd and 7. And free's one of those weapons that you want to contain for Paint Valley, obviously. So we'll see if Paint Valley goes back to the run there.
Faber.
Oh,
ball on the ground. And Faber's going to have to just dive on it as they dodge a bullet there.
It appeared that Paint Valley had a miscommunication on the handoff there, so it looks like they lost a yard. So for Paint Valley, they were lucky to get it as McLain pounced right on them.
All right, so Paint Valley in a rough spot there after what could have been positive yardage. They had to just dive on the fumble.
Right side.
Faber scrambling.
There's nowhere to go.
Nowhere.
And
Gains a little bit, but he is brought down.
Cohen 6.
And that'll be 4th down.
Big defensive play there. So you got to give the Tiger DBs credit for great coverage there, as Faber had no one there to throw the ball to, so he started running, and Cohen 6 took him down right away, which makes it 4th down.
Great
Paint
job.
Valley's going to punt.
Cohen 6,
Number
quarterback
12
on
for Paint Valley, who's Bray Robertson, will be punting for them. He seems to have a leg from his kickoffs.
High snap, would be over his head, tries to get it away, and does, fortunately.
Very nice kick.
Douglas tries to field it.
Fields it.
Muffs a little bit.
Muffs it, and he's down.
He is down at about the 41 or 42-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over.
So we had a wild play there on that punt as Robertson fumbled it initially, and then he was able to get it off, and then Douglas was trying to call a fair catch and fumbled it. So they give it at the 42 officially. So we got a little sloppy there. But that's the way it goes sometimes in football with the wet weather. So Caleb Fryer gets the ball at center. Understaff as McLain line sets up. You got Gilbert and Sponsel on the left side. Snap 6.
Bell
hands off the belt, and there's nothing there.
Nothing at all as they try to go off the right-hand
side. Stop by
side.
Paint Valley there. And that's going to put us in a little bit of a hole. We'll make it 2nd and 13, McLain. So McLain will have to make up some field position here in this play, but that is the end of the first quarter. Your score after 1, Paint Valley 8, McLain nothing.
All right. So
we've
the
got
Tigers do not get on the board in the first, and Paint Valley the first to strike with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, both from Robertson.
I wonder if we'll see a little deception here from either team with the way the fields are tonight.
With it being a little slick, it would be perhaps a good call up by either one of the coaches on the sidelines.
You know, because right now it's a little slick after we've seen in the last 3 or 4 plays, and you could really fool someone there, especially if they're, you know, both these teams are well coached. They study the films, so they know some of the plays that are going to be coming at them. So you mix in a little wrinkle tonight, you may have a big score, depending on what happens. So I'd like to see what both teams do with that as we begin the second quarter here.
I've been fairly impressed with the interior of McLain's defensive line so far in that first quarter. The runs that they were able to get off there, even the one for the touchdown, came on the outside going off tackle.
Well, Noah Sponsel and Connor Frazier, two Bulldogs out there, and it makes it really tough to get through them. So the key is going to be will our linebackers, step up on the plays there. So
Tigers start this second quarter on the other side of the field. Pitch out this time goes to number 12 of the Tigers.
That's a nice gain by Hayden Cornell
Yes,
of
it
McLain. Nice little quick pitch. Puts us at 3rd and 8. Or 3rd and 7, depending on where they spot it there. So that's a nice play by the freshman.
And he is a speedster. We saw him during some of our summer workouts that we do for what we call Fast Fridays. And myself and Coach Hamilton commented on the fact that he definitely had some wheels to him. Cornell in the slot. Deep pass, right side. It's going to be over the head of his intended target, which would be Medley, and that'll make it 4th down for McLain.
So Cohen 6 throws a long seam pass to Cameron Medley, but it unfortunately threw it too far, which makes it 4th and 6. Coach Penwell's not going to go for it, so on 4th down, once again, we will see Hunter Peabody kicking it away.
Tigers playing conservative here. A little bit of trestle ball.
In a game like this, there's nothing wrong with that.
We saw much of the same thing last year as well. The both teams kind of got a score on the board, and then everything just kind of ground to a halt when it came to moving the ball and defensive struggle. Kick this time, end over
13 for Paint Valley with the run.
Works off the right-hand
Chase
side, now
Reinhardt.
up the numbers. He has a blocker, has another blocker, and unless someone can catch him. Oh, and someone does. That's
like
number
Keaton
3, Keaton
Buechler.
Buechler, runs him
Stop.
down from behind.
So-
Effort play by the junior.
Good hustle there not to give up by Keaton Buechler as Chase Reinhardt was able to get around the corner on the punt and return to set up Paint Valley in very good field position. Looks like they're going to have the ball placed at the 20-yard line. So McLain's defense will have to come up big here. So that
Paint
was
Valley
a
with a
big return
really
there.
big return. And he used all of the field to get that return.
Well, Chase Reinhardt was one of those guys that we noted at the beginning of the game, and he showed you his speed. Paint Valley has some speed on this team this year, so they go different ways with their weapons.
Faber in the shotgun. Looks to hand off, and he does. Little bit of a wiggle. Now a flag thrown as Robertson gains his way forward for about 4 or 5 yards. We'll see what the flag's for.
Looked like a nice run. Let's see. Holding. That's what happens a lot. All of a sudden, that hole opened up out of the blue, and the referee's called holding, and the offensive line's always looking at him like, you got to be kidding me. But, for the big offensive linemen, there's no mercy from the officials, so that's going to make it 1st and 20 there.
All right, so now Paint Valley finds themselves behind the sticks by way of a holding penalty.
Let's see.
Still, once again, in that shotgun formation. One tight end on the right-hand side. Pump fake from Faber. Now pass right. T.D. Matisic does a
Excellent
really good
coverage.
job on coverage.
Masick did not go for the fake there. It was a nice pump fake by Faber. And Matisic stayed with Bolin the whole time, which makes it 2nd and 20. So this Matisic's third year starting at that left corner. So excellent job of coverage there.
Did a nice job of knowing when the ball was going to be there, puts his hands up at the right time, forces the receiver toward the sideline, all the things that you want to see out of a cornerback. Faber claps his hands, retreats. Now looks like a screen pass.
Robertson
with it, and he is going to walk his way into the end zone.
Good call for Paint Valley.
Great
Robertson,
call
30-yard,
there.
Another 30-yard touchdown. So that makes it 14-0 Paint Valley with a nice call on the screen pass by Coach Corey Dye. And it's 14-0 Paint Valley.
Great call there on the Paint Valley sideline for the screen. Tigers got caught with almost the entire line and a couple linebackers in the backfield, and by the time that's the case, you've got nowhere else to go but to the house.
The 2-point attempt was no good as they tried to do the same thing as the previous touchdown, and Robertson was stopped as McLain can go for it. So now McLain will get the ball back, and on offense, we'll have to see if we can get some momentum going there. On the kickoff return, it looks like we will have Isaac Morgan returning along with Eli Douglas after the break here as the officials will get things lined up. So,
and good to see Isaac Morgan on the field. We saw last week he was involved in quite a few plays, so good to see him out there returning. He's kind of a spark plug for the Tigers.
Yeah, without Owen Sykes or Riley Cummins this week, there's an opportunity for some of these younger guys to shine in the game. Obviously, we hope to have Owen and Riley back next week when we go to East Clinton, but you got to go next man up as you do in any sport. So it's a great opportunity for Isaac Morgan and Eli Douglas, are great kids at school, in the classroom, and outside with their work habits. So for Paint Valley, I'm presuming it will be Robertson. There he is.
Yep, once
kicking
again.
Off. And last time he kicked it through the end zone. So we will see if we have a return this time or if he boots in the end zone again.
He had quite a kick on the first one and sailed right into the end zone. So we'll see what happens here. Once again, a absolute rocket lands halfway into the end zone. That'll be another touchback. So Robertson doing all the work on the offensive side and as well kicking duties here for Paint Valley on special teams. Ball spotted on the 20 for the Tigers. Buechler trots in from the sideline. Cohen 6 in the backfield with Bell on his right hip. Zane Adams in kind of that tight end slot position, super back if you will. Pitch out to Bell off the right-hand side. Goes forward. Jeremy Kane does a good job getting low and chops down Bell for a gain of just a few.
So Bell with the carry again. And it looks like it's going to be second down and 9. So Paint Valley with good pursuit on defense. Officially, they're going to have that 2nd and 10. So
yeah, no gain on the play as that outside run failed to get upfield. Kane did a really good job coming in and just put his shoulder pad right on Bell's left hip. 6 calls Bell's number again, and they know that
fortunately nothing there
for
from
the
Tigers.
Tigers there on that run. No gain on the play, perhaps even a loss.
We lost, looks like 2 yards there. So it's going to set up a 3rd and 12 for McLain there. So we'll see what we do on 3rd down here. If they go, looks like a passing down, obviously being 3rd and 12. We've gone to Bell the last 2 plays. We have Medley at the far left, Zane Adams, and then T.D. Masick on the other side.
6, throw, deep, just overthrows Matisic. Flag comes in as there is a little bit of a bump from Parker Zamora, the cornerback. We'll see what the flag is for.
McLain's marching down the field, so it looks like the flag's going to be for McClain. Well, that's a great break for the Tigers. We'll take it.
Going against Paint Valley. That'll move the sticks for the Tigers. First and 10.
So McClain with the break as they throw the ball in the air, and Paint Valley got a little undisciplined on defense.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was much of a bump, but it was just enough to slow up Matisic, and the official that was behind it saw that it was enough to impede the receiver's ability to catch up to the ball.
And that's a big play because we go all the way up to 35 now and have some breathing room.
Cohen 6 in the shotgun, pistol formation behind him. He will keep this time on the option.
Oh.
Look to have his head turned, so it might be a perhaps a face mask.
We have a flag on the play there towards the end of the play. So we'll see what they call here. Personal foul, face mask. So we'll take another 15 yards and another first down. So Paint Valley's getting sloppy here. And looks like we're going to have the ball at the 49.
So the Tigers
spotted the foul,
get the ball up the field by way of a couple penalties back-to-back, couple big ones as well, pass interference and a personal foul face mask. And you could see Cohen 6's head kind of get turned back in as he was keeping on that option run.
I know Corey Dyed, head coach of Paint Valley, is not happy about 2 back-to-back penalties.
Looks like the Tigers are calling timeout.
I'm sure he's going to talk to his defense about this because that's giving McLain great momentum there with a couple of the penalties back-to-back. They're already at midfield, and that could change, the ball game pretty quick there if your players are not showing any discipline. So that's a great break for McLain, and we'll see what Coach Pinwell and offensive coordinator Evan McLain have up their sleeves here as we're 8:34 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, this game moving fairly quickly here. We got underway a little bit after 8 o'clock, about 8:10. We're only about 40 minutes past that, and we are nearing what would be halftime. Not a whole lot of stoppages in play outside of a couple touchdowns, and those couple touchdowns produced by Bray Robertson. Their number 12 of Paint Valley gets into the end zone on the ground and then through the air by way of screen pass. You said both of those from 30 yards out.
They're both from 30
yards out. 30 yards out at least. Tigers will break the huddle here. Shotgun formation. Cohen 6 with Bell to his left hip. McCune on the far side. 3 receivers in a bunch formation on the right. Pass a little bit in front of McCune. A little bit high as well. Incomplete.
Pass to McCune was incomplete. It did hit McCune in the hands, and he's shaking his head. He knows he wanted to catch that one for Cohen 6.
Yeah, a little bit outside of the catch window, or what would have been a comfortable catch window. But, as they say, if you get a couple hands on it, you better haul it in.
Absolutely. You got to definitely do that. So we're at 2nd and 10 here. We'll see if McLain goes back in the air or if they'll run the ball here.
Matisic far side. Couple receivers here on the right. Looks
we
like
are bunched in the right
and Adams
formation.
Very tight on this close hash. Cohen 6 looks to pitch.
Nice
now
fake,
keeps it.
Cohen.
And he will run his way forward for a pretty good gain.
Looks like he got about 4 or 5 yards there.
6 on the run.
So it looks like a 4-yard gain, 3rd and 6. So that.
Ball on the 47. Third down for the Tigers.
Now, that was a good call to keep Paint Valley honest here.
3rd down and kind of mid-distance here.
I'd almost say it's 2-down territory if we can get a gain here.
This is really the first time offensively that they've been on this side of the field. Cohen 6 from the shotgun. Has to elude that blitz. Able to stay on his feet for a second. And he gets outside the tackle box and does a good job getting the ball away. Great job staying alive.
We did not pick up the blitz there, and Cohen 6 escaped 2 sacks and got the ball thrown away. So it's an outstanding play to avoid that. Paint Valley dialed up the blitz.
It looked to be, I think I just heard Coach Oakes on the sideline say punt, so they will send in the punting unit once again to kick here from the 47-yard line.
You know, and the last time we punted the ball, number 13 there for Paint Valley, Jace Reinhardt, had a really nice return getting around the corner, so I would hope that we try to avoid him this time and kick the ball to one of the sidelines, not to give him a shot. So we'll see what they dialed up.
Kick from Peabody. Really good punt this time. Nice hanging in the air.
12-yard
Number 13 with it once again. That'll be Reinhardt. Works on the right-hand side. Flag comes in. He now cuts back in toward the numbers. Good gain on the play, on the return, but it looks to be perhaps coming back on the return.
Chase Reinhardt with the return there for Paint Valley, but we're waiting for the flag here to see what the call was. Usually that's a holding when the officials throw a flag.
Yeah, that seems to be what the call was for.
That was during the return, so.
And it was right about where Reinhardt, he'd kind of made his move to the outside there.
You see the
so
flag
I
on the 19-yard line.
It probably is a hold. The officials still discussing. We'll see what they
discussing the placement there.
Yeah, that's
where the penalty took place to move them back accordingly.
Should be a penalty from the spot of the foul. If it's inside the 20, they'll have to go half the distance to the goal. It is inside the 20. Looks like to be about
19.
maybe even the 18 or 17, as it's kind of splitting the 20 and the 15. The referee conferring with his officiating crew as to exactly what took place there. Maybe there was a little bit of extracurricular action as well, as we see one of the officials kind of mimicking a push down to the ground. And the other official will come in and make an official huddle once.
They have not talked to Coach Penwell at all, and they're over by the Paint Valley side. And
so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see exactly what this is. Not 100% sure.
Well, you never know until they give you the call there. So we'll wait for the official call. Here comes the referee talking to Coach Keith Penwell in his 3rd full season as head coach of the McLain Tigers, and trying to confer with Coach Penwell what happened there and what would he like. If I'm reading the language of the official,
that seems to be the case.
So
now, if there are 2 penalties here, the question then becomes: is one of these penalties during the play, one of them after the play? Because those could both be enforced potentially. One in live action, and then one as a dead ball penalty. But it just depends upon when all of that took place. If there is more than one infraction.
So we got 2 flags.
All right, and here
we got personal foul.
Personal foul goes against McClain.
McLain.
Declined.
Unsportsmanlike, Paint Valley.
Unsportsmanlike, okay.
The offset.
Offsets. Holding.
Paint
also
Valley.
goes against Paint Valley. Okay.
So the original call that we saw.
Multiple fouls on the play. We have personal fouls.
So that's why it took a while. Apparently, a few of the boys were wondering where to go to dinner in town, and they couldn't agree on that. So when you have that happen, you get a little upset. So they're going to walk back the penalty now, and it looks like it's going to be right in front of the 10-yard line for a first down for Paint Valley. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 9 with 7:23 to go. Coach Weeks, I think he jinxed us. We were moving right along in the game, and then, we started slowing down here.
Yeah,
so.
I know. It's a kiss of death when you start talking about how quick things are moving. Oh, nonetheless, we get things back underway here. 7:23 left in the second quarter. Faber looks to hand off. No, he will keep this time.
Keeper.
Rolls to his right. Could have been tripped up, but is not. And there's going to be a flag as he is grabbed around the shoulder and just kind of ridden out of bounds, and they continued to bring him down out of bounds.
He finished his tackle out of bounds, and you're going to get called on that, unfortunately. So looks like Tristan down with the penalty. He's wondering why, but they will call that. So we'll see what they do. He was tackled out for a 2-yard loss, but looks like they're going to go down.
Yeah, they will march forward.
And they're not moving the chains, so we may have – now they are moving the chains. So it's going to move Paint Valley up to the 24-yard line. Sometimes that happens in football. There's a tough break and finishing the play, and there's not much you can do.
Yeah, just kind of got to know your position on the field. There, once you get to the numbers, you got to kind of start to realize that sideline's creeping up on you. Robertson Robertson with Faber in the shotgun, and he will get the handoff. Goes off the right-hand side and is finally pushed out of bounds. But it looks like he will have right around first down yardage, and yes, he does, as the official signals to change the move.
Good run by Robertson there. Another first down for Paint Valley. They're going to line them up at the 35. Paint Valley's ready to go quick again.
Pistol formation. Yes, they're definitely going quick.
Back to Robertson.
Right-hand side. Good stop by the Tigers.
Maybe a yard.
To a gain of maybe two.
They give Robertson 2 yards there. So let's see if Paint Valley gets lined up quick. Corey Dye wants to move them a little quicker now.
Keep the tempo moving. We saw that in their first touchdown drive. Faber claps, hands off. Robertson, gain on the play to the 40. Will be about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Robertson on the run, brought down to 41.
Looks like 3rd and 5 there for Paint Valley, maybe 4.
Yeah, looks to be 4.
I got to tell you, I'm impressed by Faber. He finishes out his fakes and everything after handoffs and everything, keep the defense honest. So it's a good job by the veteran quarterback for Paint Valley.
Faber with now Robertson moving to his left-hand hip. Kane in motion.
Give it to Kane.
Little toss. That is a pass.
Officially a pass.
Kane, looked to be going out of bounds, and he's going to tightrope the sideline. Raider tries to get him, but he's not going to be able to catch up to the wheels there of Jeremy Kane, and he makes his way into the end zone for the Bearcats.
60-yard touchdown for Jeremy Kane on the little, push pass there. And, looked like he was out of bounds, but he was able to keep his feet in there. Yeah. And the defense then was like, oh, my. And unfortunately for the Tigers, it's a big score for Paint Valley. Looks like Paint Valley is going to – maybe they're going to do an extra point this time.
Perhaps. No, Faber is going to be in there with Robertson. So they're
going for 2 again.
They're going for 2 once again. If you get it 50% of the time, it's just like kicking 2 extra points. This time it goes to Free, and it will be caught for the 2-point try.
So Carson Free gets the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is good. Now our score here in the second, McLain nothing, Paint Valley 22.
So Paint Valley capitalizes there on. Back in the day, we called that the Utah pass.
The Utah pass.
Utah Utes used that in the 70s and early 80s.
All right.
And that became a little more mainstream. There's risk with that, because you could have an interception real easily from the lineman, but you could get something like a 6-yard touchdown there, as Mr. Kane did for Paint Valley. And they definitely have momentum right now. So hopefully the Tigers can turn that around here.
We saw that play really a lot in the Buckeyes 2014 championship run. They really like to get that ball to Jalen Marshall quite a bit on that pushback.
Use that speed.
And when you have a speedster like Jeremy Kane, it makes sense to try to get him in motion and kind of get a little bit ahead of steam They did a nice job of setting up that push pass, and Kane did a really good job coming across, knowing where exactly he wanted to be and put his foot into the ground to turn upfield. Rader tried as much as he could from his linebacker position to chase him down, but there's not a whole lot you can do when it comes to the athleticism of Kane. All right, Robertson will kick. This time a low squib of a kick. Excuse me, Eli Douglas on the return. Works his way now to the close hash. Pushes forward, brought
30.
down near the 30.
Pretty good return by Eli Douglas there. Gets 15 yards to give the Tigers a 1st and 10 with 5:44 to go. So as Douglas does this more, he'll learn, just take it outside and keep going. Make them chase after you. So I notice now Ken Penwell's in on the offensive line for McLain.
Yeah, we see that.
At the left guard position. Masick takes the play in.
So the freshman Penwell will make his way, as you mentioned, onto that offensive line. Cohen 6 will be in the backfield. Jordan Bell to his right. 2 receivers near side. Matisic seemingly a mile away on the numbers on the left-hand side. Handoff Bell, and he tries to go off of the tackle on the left-hand side, but just nothing doing.
Jordan Bell with the carry. It looks like he lost a yard, which will make it 2nd and 11. So
Jordan Bell is he's put in quite a bit of work here in the first half, and the washing machine is going to be putting in quite a bit of work on the backside of his jersey.
He's been a workhorse tonight, and doing an admirable job for the McLain Tigers.
And he's really, surprising to see him come out. He's more of a basketball player from what we've seen over the last couple of years. I've not really seen him on the football field, but he is very hard-nosed and a really good runner.
Bell makes a nice block there to allow 6 to get the ball complete to Zane Adams. Looks like we're going to have a 3rd down and 2. Very nice play by the Tigers. They will give him the 1st down. Perfect. So 11-yard reception by Adams there. Initially it looked like he was going to be on 38, and then they moved it up. So nice play by the Tigers. Get some momentum going here.
So the Tigers move the sticks here on a pass play from Cohen 6 to Zane Adams. Matisic will relay the play from the sideline, this near sideline. Tigers lined up on the close hash.
We have a super back in there.
Yeah, looks like a super back. That might be Sponsel.
It might be Noah Sponsel there.
Looks to be Noah Sponsel.
It is. Nice block.
Handoff, Bell.
I like the call.
Really good there.
That's
Get an
5
extra
yards.
blocker.
So McLain added a wrinkle that they used last year, put Noah Sponsel at the super back, and he had a nice lead block there for Jordan Bell, and Paint Valley certainly wasn't ready for that. So as a result, 2nd and 5.
We saw in Sponsel's junior high career, he was the ball carrier quite a bit, put on quite a bit of muscle here over the last couple years. We saw him last year, especially on the defensive line as a disruptor, but it's good to see him in there in that super back position, kind of able to throw his weight around almost like a fullback.
Okay, this time they do not use the super back.
Cohen 6, shotgun, option.
Bell
keeps turning those legs, gets a little bit of a gain there. It'll be 3rd down for the Tigers as he crosses the 45 and is brought down near the 47. And looks like we will have a timeout on the field.
3rd and 3. I'd love to see Tigers go back to that super back.
Yeah, that seems to be – we saw that actually take place last year when McLain took on Hillsboro. They actually put Sponsel's older brother, Cade Sponsel, in that super back position, and that really helped the Tigers to free up some running room and gave them the Rotary Bowl victory last year.
And Noah's – I would say it's a little bigger than what Cade was.
I would say
a little faster.
I would say in terms of overall size, he is considerably larger at that age than what Cade was.
And, you know, Cade was a nasty, mean player out there on the field. You know, great kid at Oklahoma State now, but, you know, it's just one of those wrinkles that you can do. And do you want some big boy running at you if you're a 160-pound linebacker? So we'll see what they come up here on 3rd and 4. Maybe 3rd and 3, actually.
A little bit of a super back this time. It looks to be Cornell, number 12. Shotgun. Cohen 6 rolls to his left, now throws to his left. Looked to be caught.
It was caught by Cameron
Medley. I think that
Medley.
was Medley. And it just depends upon where they determine he was caught.
Looks like at the line of scrimmage as he's coming back for the pass. Yep.
Pass 6 hauled in by Medley. Gain of 1 on the play. Fourth down to the Tigers.
Looks like McLain's going to punt.
Yes, they will punt once again. Ball on the 48. So the Tigers having to punt once again. Peabody out there for punting duty. Tigers to snap. Peabody calls for it. Puts his foot into it. Pretty good kick, little wobbler.
Perfect
Keeps it
punt.
away
Perfect
from Reinhardt.
punt.
Rolls inside the 10. Keep rolling, and it will die about the 6. Really good punt by Peabody.
That was perfect because Reinhardt can return the ball. And, you know, Buechler with a great sprint down there, our track and field 100 and 200 star. They get it all the way down the 6-yard line, 6 or 7-yard line. So that was a perfect punt there.
Yeah, so he kept that ball away from Reinhardt, who's had one really good return and then what looked to be the start of another one
So
last time.
Peabody's really grown in this position really quick tonight, so I'm really impressed with the freshman here and how he's handled things.
Paint Valley inside their own 10 at the shadow of their goal line. Fauber, pitch off the right-hand side. Robertson held up and then hit from the side after a gain.
Looks like Rader was on the tackle there. Rader's our leading tackler right now at McLain, so it's not surprising. Looks like 2nd and 5.
On the run. Gain on the play of about 5. Second down.
Paint Valley quick.
Once again, Robertson with it. Like you said, quick back to the line.
Looks like maybe
a gain of a
yard
yard.
or maybe not.
Run once again. Short gain on the play. Third down.
And they are back to the line very quickly
They are
once
not
again.
wasting any time.
No, as 2:20 here ticks away on
Here
this
comes the
second
pass.
quarter clock. We're a little bit behind
Incomplete.
Kane. And incomplete. That looks to put an end to the Bearcats' drive here.
And Paint Valley's going to have to punt, so it's a great opportunity for McLain to come back and score before the half here.
Makes it fourth down.
So that's a great opportunity for the Tigers. Robertson will be going back to kick the punt. And for the Tigers, we have number 12, which is Hayden
That's
Cornell.
and
number
along
19,
with 19,
Eli
that's
Douglas.
Eli Douglas. Yep.
So let's see if we get a nice return here.
Punt low.
Oh, you want to stay away from that. And they do.
Stay away.
Looks like
and
it's
they
going to
do.
go right back to the 48.
So the Tigers back in a familiar position where they just ended their last drive at about the 48-yard line.
So let's see what McLain does. Maybe they'll open up in the air with 2:06 to go.
Roll his way dead at the 48-yard line. That's where the Tigers
Line up to be Sexton Gilbert.
So a very quick possession for the Bearcats.
Yep.
As they got on the field and off the field with a 3-and-out. The Tigers have to feel good about that defensively.
Yes, that was a great defensive possession for McLain there.
Get the ball back. Very little time had run off, so about 2 minutes, just a little bit over 2 minutes. So it's 2-minute drill time.
Tristan Dowden brought into play now.
And they will run
Connor
McCune out. McCune splits off to the far side. Zane Adams on the near side, close to the numbers. 3 men now in the backfield. Cohen 6.
He's
looking
free.
to pass, rolls to his left, and he has to pull down and run. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
He may get a gain of 1.
6 elects to keep.
And he was out of bounds, so the clock stops. So
Gain of 1 on the play. Second down.
Paint Valley's going to blitz here, so, I wonder what we'll do here to counter that blitz. Maybe that'd be where the superback comes in, Andy or not, but looks like they're spreading out the field here. We have Dowden at tight end. We have 3 receivers out. Looks like Bell in the backfield.
6 calling the signals, pitch out right side, Bell. Looked to
And
be a
there's
hold,
holding
yeah.
on the line.
Dowden with
Yep.
the hold.
There's a holding on the line, so that's going to come back.
Flag comes in near the line of scrimmage. It's a hold. Goes against the Tigers.
So the Tigers
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
lost a couple yards in the play there. The foul's at about the 47-yard line.
Penalty will be
So looks like they'll go back to the 37 or 38, depending on what the officials decide the spot of the foul
I think
was.
Paint Valley might be determining if they want to accept that because they'll have the Tigers in a bad
third and
third
11.
down spot.
I would take it, but you'll see because Coach Dye may want to just go third down. But that's, you're going to either go 2nd and 21 or
We'll get the ball back a
Third
little
and
bit
11.
quicker.
it looks like they are going to take the penalty.
and the penalty will be assessed 10 yards.
And that will be at the
Play the down.
38-yard line, which is going to make it 3rd and about
Oh, looks to be, golly. I mean,
20?
they lost, they
Third
lost
and
on
20?
the play,
Third
and
and
then you
21?
throw another 10 yards on it.
so.
Yeah, and it was Dowden had to hold there because number 50 for the Bearcats, which would be Colton Yoakum, the senior, was charging his way toward the runner.
Yeah. So it
Timeout called.
made a big difference.
Belongs to the Bearcats.
So Paint Valley's trying to figure out what they want to do with their defense here and see if they can stop McLain. But all it takes one penalty on the other side, and McLain could have the ball. So, that's you never know in this game
You never do know.
with these young men what can happen because one looks like momentum's going one way and it can switch the other way. So I'm sure Coach Dye, who's got a few penalties on defense, is telling them not to hold or anything on an obvious pass play and to make McLain make a play. And McLain has struck on some big plays.
Yes.
So they've had some calls where Paint Valley's held them because it could have been a touchdown for McLain potentially if they didn't. So, and we'll see what Coach Pinwell has up his sleeve here on this play.
Tigers will break the huddle looking at a 2nd and 20 here with 1:51 on the clock. So they'll have a couple downs to chip away and try to pick up the first. If at this point, I think if you're McLain, if you're crossing the 50-yard line, you have to consider it 4-down territory.
Yeah, you have to go
with
for
the
it.
score the way it is.
Mhm.
6 trying to call the signals, and then we have the official on the far side whistling for a stop to the play, and not exactly sure what it's for, but the referee is going over to talk to Coach Corey Dye of the Bearcats, trying to figure out what's going on here.
Maybe they're discussing on dinner.
Perhaps so. And if I was going to get dinner, I would head down to South Salem. I don't.
Oh,
well,
really?
it's a little late, but they might be open here still. Priest Texas Barbecue.
Oh, my.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
a great call.
I cannot tell you enough how much I enjoy everything that's on that menu. It is just an absolute just food fest.
I don't think you can go wrong with any selections.
What's that? We will take deliveries if they're still open or need to get rid of some. Absolutely, we will.
Okay, roll out intended for Buechler. Was incomplete, which will set down 3rd and long. So
Third down for the Tigers.
we'll see what the boys have
Third
in this.
down and a mile for the Tigers
Call for
here.
this play. Maybe a screen pass would be a good one.
That-
Paint Valley's
yeah.
been aggressive.
Yeah, Paint Valley has been very aggressive
Yeah,
on the
that-
defensive front.
Because they're running up 6 guys right now, sometimes 7.
Matisic
So-
and Cam Penwell both run their way into the huddle. Buechler will make his way off. Adams and Medley, the close receivers.
All right, they have
Matisic on the
sponsor.
far side.
It's super back.
Super
position.
back. Yep. And Paint Valley will bring the linebackers up to the line. Handoff. Bell. Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. Jordan's got to learn. He had to take that back inside because the block was set up for him to go inside where the hole is. And he tried to pull it out, and he went right into where the guy was being blocked. So he will learn over time to take that run inside on that since it was a kickback block on that.
Called after the play, called by the Bearcats.
So that's a learning experience for Jordan there, and the coach is going to let him know you got to go inside on that block because the kickback was right there.
It did look like they probably had it bottled up on both sides, though, as
Yep.
Paint Valley was able to get penetration in the backfield very quickly. So whether he was able to cut it back or not, I don't know if it would have been for no matter what.
Yeah, it's and he's getting his welcome to high school varsity football here
Certainly so.
tonight. Owen Sykes, who's been a stud for us, starter for 4 years, is out. For a week.
It's
week
tough
or
to
two.
fill those shoes, that's for
So
sure.
that makes a big difference trying to fill in for them. And Riley Cummins, who's been a 4-year starter, is also out this week. So that's, a big change up for McLain Tigers. And it's a learning experience sometimes. But, we're going to show continued growth as the game goes on.
Peabody handles the snap. There's a lot of white
Lot of
shirts near
pressure
him
there.
on the kick.
And good
Ball's
roll.
going to roll. Keep on rolling. Papa was a rolling stone.
Paint Valley had no one back there to receive the kick this time, and Isaac Morgan downs it for McLain. Hunter Peabody did a very good job getting that ball punted right away, so Paint Valley gets another chance on offense.
All right, Paint Valley with a chance to score here, or at least make some noise here before the halftime break. They lead 22-0 here on McLain Field on this evening. A little bit late to get the game started as we had some thunder and lightning. Faber back to pass. Now pulls it down. Now looks to pass again.
Ooh,
and he will
ooh.
be found by McCune. And there was a block right about
Yeah.
the same spot that that he was brought
He's
down. And I think
down.
McCune is down.
Is that their? Yeah, that's McCune.
Elects to keep McCune with the tackle. Timeout on the field for injury.
So we hope Connor is all right there.
Yeah, it
As-
looked to be just a big block coming in, and it actually wasn't a block on McCune. It was a block on another player, but just a
Knocked him
very
in.
aggressive just push of that block, and it pushed another Tiger into McCune, kind of twisting him up, knocking him down as he finished the tackle there.
Just one of those plays that unfortunately can happen in football. There's no ill intention by
No, certainly
anyone
not.
or anything. Just everyone's making their football plays, and unfortunately for Connor, he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. So we hope he gets up all right.
So we'll take a short break here and give ourselves a little bit of chance to pay some bills. We got some advertising as they take a look at McCune. We'll be back in just a moment.
Brace Place Orthodontics. An orthodontist you can trust, Brace Place provides braces and clear aligners to patients of all ages. They can help you get the beautiful smile that you want by straightening teeth naturally. As a specialty practice, their services are limited to orthodontics and related care. So that means every patient is important, and they'll work with your general dentist to give you the best orthodontic care possible.
All right, so just as we decide to cut to break, McCune pops up and is able to walk his way off the field under his own power. So a little bit shaken up from that impact, but none the worse for wear, hopefully. Faber will line up once again in that pistol formation. Robertson behind him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Claps, rolls to his left. Now passing back. Kane has it. Met immediately and pushed out of bounds, but he will pick up the first down.
Nice play by Faber to Kane there. Nice rollout. He had plenty of time. Good job by the Paint Valley line, which leads them to that first down.
First down yardage. The sticks move. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
And Kane, you won't be able
Rolls
to tell
to the
what
right.
his number is on the back of his jersey because he found a mud puddle on the
Yes.
close side here.
So I think
Faber's pass incomplete. Boland's the nearest target.
incompletion there. So
2nd down.
All right, so Paint Valley 2nd down. Clock has stopped just under a minute here. 59 ticks remain before we get to halftime. And Steve, you're right. I gave the kiss of death when it came to time. Faber pass across the middle. Kane complete.
Nope, we
bounces
didn't wrap
off
him up.
one. Keeps running. T.D. Matisic able to bring him down. But not before a big gain for the Bearcats.
big gain for Paint Valley there.
Pass all in by Kane. Gains inside to the 23-yard line. First down.
It's a 40-yard reception there. You got to really wrap up on the tackles there.
Faber claps, looks to his right, pass again once.
Incomplete.
Again, Kane the target, but incomplete. Douglas on the coverage.
The pass from Faber to Kane falls incomplete. Douglas on the coverage for the Tigers. Second down.
Kane seems to be a favorite target of Faber tonight.
I can understand why. We thought going into it was probably going to be Carson Free.
Yes.
The big wide receiver. We've seen him on a 2-point conversion, but nothing else. This time, Faber looks
Nope, they
for
call
him.
holding. That'll be
Flag
holding on
comes in.
Paint
We
Valley.
believe that's going to be for holding. Faber looks, runs out of bounds,
out of
pushed
bounds.
out of bounds finally, but that looks to be coming back.
Come back. Just great job by the McLain defensive coverage there on that play. The force Faber to wait, and the offensive line can only hold up for so long before they do hold the defensive lineman back. Good pursuit by number 64, Gabe Gilbert there for McLain. And that's going to move Paint Valley back. So let's see where the officials place the ball. It looks like the 33.
Yeah, 33-yard line. So they move back now to the 33. 2nd and what looks to be 10.
About 2nd and 20.
Faber looks to pump a little bit and then catches his footing once again. 19, I think, hauls it in for a little bit of a gain.
So Cam Cooper with the reception there for Paint Valley. That's his first of the evening, junior tight end. Makes it 3rd and 15 approximately for Paint Valley Bearcats.
Makes it 3rd down for the Bearcats.
Pistol formation. Faber claps, looking to his left,
All day.
looking, pass across the middle, deep shot,
Oh,
and
threw it nowhere.
incomplete. Boland looked to be
So-
the closest target, and that'll make it 4th down for Paint Valley.
I'm going to presume that they'll try for the end zone here with only 15 seconds. Faber had a couple guys open at the last moment, but he hesitated and threw it right at the goal post. So McLain, I'm presuming, will keep a lot of guys back to try to cover the end zone here.
Yeah, although you also have to assume that that this play doesn't have to be the last one of the half. If they pick up a first
He's
down,
looking to throw it.
they might be able to, and they will pick up a first down. Gets out of bounds. Again, number 19, Cooper.
So Cooper with his second reception here on this drive does a great job getting out of bounds for Paint Valley, which puts the ball about 7 or 8 yard line.
10. First and goal.
So they
Paint
got
Valley with
6
probably
seconds
one
left.
play left. Yeah, usually about 6 seconds a play if everything is ticking right. So here comes the touchdown call, or what they hope is a touchdown call for Paint Valley. Faber looking
quick.
left, throws across the middle, wide open
And he gets
is
it to
Kane.
Kane.
Touchdown.
So Jeremy Kane with another touchdown for Paint Valley,
By Kane in the end zone.
which makes the score
Paint Valley.
at the moment 28-0. So
28-0 right now by
Paint
way of
Valley's-
a couple touchdowns to both Robertson and Kane. I think both of them with 2 touchdowns now. Kane 2 receiving touchdowns. Robertson 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. 2-point try. Faber
Looking over to
looks right. And Kane with it. It is good.
So it makes it 30-0
Line is good.
as they do the side out to Kane.
Just before half. McLain nothing. Paint Valley 30.
So right now everything's going Paint Valley's way, and Tigers are going to have to regroup here in the second half.
Paint Valley looking to take momentum here into the halftime locker room with a sizable 30-0 lead.
So got to find a way to stop Mr. Kane and Mr. Robertson, and so far we haven't been able to find
And that is a hard thing to
a
do.
solution to that, unfortunately. So yeah.
Robertson, a tough runner, has some speed of his own, but he is very powerful with the legs. And then Kane, as we've seen, the speedster.
And they, like you said, other than the 2-point conversion, they haven't even really thrown the ball to Carson Free.
Which is very surprising. We saw Free, it was a big target last year, but they elect to use the talents of both Robertson and Kane here in the first half, and for good reason, with both of them putting up a duo of touchdowns.
Yeah. They've been pretty potent tonight, and, we'll see what happens here in the kickoff. And
Robertson's had a good boot all of the other times, except for one, sailing into the end zone, and then had one that was a squib, this time a squib again. Bounces, and 28, I'm not sure who touched it there. 28, I believe, is Charlie Gibson. Touches it, and then kind of goes away from it, and then picks it back up. And that'll be our last play of the first half.
First half comes to a close. Your score at the halftime break. McLain nothing. Paint Valley 30.
All right, and we will be here with you for high school band action as Paint Valley and McLain will be showing their talents here on the field.
Please welcome to the field the Paint Valley Marching Bearcats. The band is under the direction of William Belusic and Field Commander Emma Garman. We're taking it back in time for this show highlighting the music of Bon Jovi. You'll be living for this performance of Living on a Prayer.
Love by any other name is just as sweet, but not for the Bearcats because we give love a bad name. will have you wanting more as we're wanted dead or alive.
Tigerettes are advised by Whitney Van Zandt and assisted by Alabama Cutler. Majorettes are advised by Ashley Carnes. Our Majorette captain is Madison Knowles. The Tigerette co-captains are Rhetta Wright and Amber Madgley. The Tigerette captain is Anna Barrett. Assistant field commander is Max Colberg, and the 2024 field commander is Leland Urey. Please join the band with our first show of the season, Trip Cross Country. We kick off the night with a classic tune from Rascal Flatts to make you think of that special woman in your life who has you saying, "She'd be California." Next up, we feature our Tigerettes with a casual classic from Florida Georgia Line. Picture it. You're in your new Chevy, the weather's just right, it's the perfect night. Roll them windows down, crank that music up, and cruise. 1, 2, 3. Close out the night with a dance chart that will have you Off your seat and on your feet, saying yee-haw. It's Leonard Skinner's Sweet Home Alabama.
and I believe we will start the half with a running clock as once the deficit gets to 30 points or greater, until it gets under 30 points, the clock will run continuously outside of timeouts and stoppages other than that. Oh, big hit, number, I think it's 50. Yeah,
Number
50 with
50.
the hit there.
Paint Valley with the big hit. The stop, the kickoff return of Eli Douglas. That's Colton Yoakum. He's a senior offensive lineman and defensive end at 250 pounds. So McLain comes out in the second half with their starting lineup. Looks like we have a few changes here coming in. Hudson Lovett is now at quarterback for McLain.
Yep, they will look to the freshman signal
Saw
caller.
Brady Benniger in it. Split in.
Yeah, looking to get some of
Number
those
11.
JV guys in action here. Yeah, Benniger,
Andrew Rader's
close.
coming in.
Rader,
Typically, you're
looks
starting
like super
middle
back
linebacker.
formation with Sponsel as that super back. Medley in the slot. Handoff, and nothing doing as Rader gets his way back to the line.
So Rader with the carry. He got 0 yards there in the first place. So we'll see what McLain calls here on 2nd and 10. His plays coming in. And we are going to send out number 10, it looks like. Dalton Rowland is a junior. Had an excellent wrestling career so far at McLain. Along with Eli Douglas, who's going to get some offensive action. Normally you see him at free safety or corner position for the McLain Tigers.
And he will look to be in the slot receiver position on the right-hand side. Similar formation to what we had before, just a couple different receivers on the outsides. Looks to be a run play. No, it will be Lovett with the pass and just incomplete. Perhaps miscommunication when it came to the play. Looked to be going to one spot and went nowhere near where a receiver was.
It's going to set up 3rd down and 10. So Lovett and Douglas did not seem to be on the same page on here. So
And again,
coming
the
in,
clock
this time.
will not stop even on an incompletion, what would normally stop the clock.
Charlie Gibson's now in the game for McLain.
He will be the near receiver. Zane Adams, the senior, on the far side. Ball on the far hash or near the far hash. Lovett looking to his right. Now looking back to
Gets it
Gibson,
complete.
I believe.
Mhm.
Yes. And he hauls it in, but it will
5-yard
not be
gain.
enough for a first down. The Tigers will likely have to punt.
So Lovett to Gibson for a 5-yard gain. That will set up 4th and 5. McLain's going to send out Hunter Peabody and the punt team and kick it out to Paint Valley. Here we do have a running clock.
All right, so Hudson Lovett with a completed pass there to Charlie Gibson. And good gain on the play, but just not quite enough as they needed to pick up about 3 more to move the sticks. Peabody back to punt. Gets the ball off.
Right to Reinhardt.
Good kick. Reinhardt will receive. And he works his way right and then back to the center of the field and will be brought down near the midfield stripe, but it will be about the 48-yard line where they will take over possession of the football.
While we have a moment, we want to thank our production team for tonight's action. They include Brad Rowland, who gets this all put together, along with Drew Hamilton, who's taking care of the football team and our production. Zach Scales and Braden Black are outside and sidelines. Reagan Johnson on top of the press box there. And, of course, Mr. David Weeks, who's doing the PA and announcing.
It's a busy job up here in the booth. Only got so many seats to go around. Fauber, shotgun, handoff. Robertson wiggles way loose, and Rader tries to get him. Now Bell does get him finally at about the 20-yard line. Good gain for Robertson as he gets loose into the open field.
So Robertson with a 32-yard gain there. Another big gain for Paint Valley. Jacob Bell stops him. Paint Valley is elected to keep their starters out
Yep,
this time.
and they are back up to the line quickly. Cooper as the tight end on the left-hand side. Low snap.
Bad snap.
Fauber just has to pick it up and run with it and catches the Tigers a little bit off guard. Brought down by number 63. That's Connor Frazier of the Tigers.
Farber gets about 8 yards there.
Handles the low snap, takes off for a gain, brought down by number 63, Connor Frazier.
So it makes it 2nd and 2. And as you announced it, they're already lined up and ready to go again.
They are very quick to the line. And just when you're
Doesn't look like much of a gain there for Robertson that time.
Yeah,
Good stop by
Robertson on the
McClain.
on that one as well.
Robertson, the ball carrier.
3rd down and 2 comes up.
Line of scrimmage. 3rd down.
So McClain
For a flag. On that last play, a personal foul goes against
gets a break there. Personal foul on Paint Valley, so that's going to move the ball back 15 yards, which will make it 3rd and 17. Paint Valley. So they line up quick, though. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're ready to go. So personal foul knocks Paint Valley back. It'll be 3rd down. So would have been a after dead ball penalty would have been after the snap. Pass across the middle. That's number 3.
Willie Wheaton.
Willie Wheaton, the senior, with the reception.
Fauber's pass halted by Wheaton. Gain on the play.
So a quick post pattern there makes it 4th and 8
Now,
for Paint Valley. That's the first catch for Wheaton. Paint Valley lines up right away.
19, Cam Cooper, the tight end, in close. Gage Wagner to the left. Fauber calling things out. Hands off. Robertson pushes his way forward. Hit again. Keeps bouncing around
He's
just like a
gonna be
pinball.
close to
It'll be
first
near
down.
the line to gain. I believe he may have gotten it.
If they put it on the 10, it's going to be close. It's McLean football, according to the official there. He placed it at before the 10-yard line, so it looks like it's going to turn over on downs to McLean, and McLean offense will come out. Hudson Lovett will come back at quarterback again. So a good stop by the McLean defense there.
Yeah, I thought he was a little bit closer to the line to gain based upon where the sticks were. It looked like he didn't need to get all the way to the 10-yard line, and the ball is near the 11.
Saw him roll to the 10, but he may have been down before then, is what I'm thinking.
That's what I thought too.
The official saw.
Looks to be the sticks on the 11 now, so he may have just been about half a yard or maybe a little bit more shy, and the officials determined that it was a turnover on downs. Lovett in the backfield. Looks to his left, now looking back to his right. Passes, Zane Adams hauls it in, spins away. Good gain, and that'll pick up 1st down.
Love it with a lot of poise there as he turned back to pass the ball. Zane Adams on the curl.
the sticks will move. That's another Tigers. First down.
So very good job by the Tigers there. Nice move by Adams to pick up the 1st down.
Zane Adams wiggled his way free there, did a nice job coming back to the ball, and then spun loose and was able to get 1st down yardage for McLean as they break the huddle. Once again, the freshman Hudson Lovett now at quarterback duty for the Tigers. 2 backs with him. It'll be Bell and Sponsel both blocking. Lovett looking to his left, now likes to run, and he will pick up some yardage on the quarterback scramble.
Lovett didn't see anything downfield, so he took the ball in for the run. Picks up a nice gain of about 4 yards, make it 2nd and 6. So the freshman showing some poise there. Adams brings in the play to Lovett.
Second and 6 for the Tigers.
And the Tigers will march up to the line.
Looks to be 2 backs again, this time the super back. Bell to the left of Lovett. Looks to his right.
Pass, got a curl.
Has to elude some defenders. Still looking. Gets it away.
Good job getting away.
Pass incomplete, though.
Looked like little hit Paint Valley on Medley early, but officials did not see anything there, so they call it incomplete. 3rd and 6.
Third down for the Tigers.
Yeah, looked like it could have been kind of close to pass interference there, but the officials keep the hanky in the pocket.
We're down 2:35 here in the 3rd quarter.
Again, the clock continuing to move as the deficit has reached 30 points or more. Love it. Looks, now back across the middle, a little bit high for Medley, and that will make it 4th down for McLain.
Hunter Peabody will be coming out to punt for McClain. Once again, he's had some excellent punts on this evening.
Yeah, the first one kind of little short sky punt, but then really after that, he's had some nice boots, and he's had plenty of opportunities as the Tigers have had to get off the field a number of times. They've been able to move the ball fairly well, but just not really deep into Bearcat territory.
Paint Valley's put together a good plan on defense tonight, so you have to credit their team and coaches on
Peabody's
that.
kick, this time a spiral, and it will take a Tigers
Nice bounce.
And it will be down at the 28.
That's a 50-yard punt by Hunter Peabody there with that nice little kick. So great job to get out of that hole for the Tigers. McLain defense will come back in. Looks like they're putting some fresh bodies out in defense. Dalton Rowland's coming in on defense.
That looks to be the case.
Number 10.
Frazier out there, Bell as
Peyton
well
Alexander.
with Rader, both the linebackers. Cam Penwell will be out as well. Snap, Fauber, Robertson, run, has a block, and he will go out of bounds as he lays some punishment there to Zane Adams.
So Robertson's on the run there with 23 seconds left. So Paint Valley hasn't really subbed in too much yet.
And it looks like Robertson will trot his way off the field.
That's the end of the third quarter
yeah,
here.
My guess is we will probably not see many more of the starters for the Bearcats in the 4th.
It's 30-0 Paint Valley over McLain at the end of the third quarter. Paint Valley will have the ball to begin the 4th quarter. The ball will be placed at the 43-yard line.
Yep, we'll just switch ends of the field here. Field looking very perky this evening after all the rain that we got. We had a lightning and thunder delay, and it just kept adding on and adding on and adding on as we had a few storms roll through right about 10 minutes before what would have been the original kickoff at 7 o'clock, and that delayed us till about 8:10 is when we had to get things going here from McClain Field. First half was moving pretty well, and then I spoke the words that I shouldn't have spoken and said, man, things are moving quick. We had quite a few timeouts there, probably the last 5 minutes of the first half. This time it will be number 15 at the helm for the Bearcats, and he will hand off to, let's see, 75 with a block toward the end. 35, I believe, is the number I saw coming.
Owen Donahue was the quarterback there. And number 35 for Paint Valley coming in, C.J. Mannion. He's a senior backup running back for the Bearcats. He's listed at 5'9", 190. Fake this time, and McLain didn't buy it, so Donahue was brought down for a loss on the play there as defense was ready for that. So I'll sit down at 3rd down and about 6.5 for Paint Valley.
Yeah, a little bit of a loss there for the Bearcats as they now have
The only starting
the
receiver I
second
see is
unit out.
Bolin still. Rose Bolin.
That is correct.
They moved him
Bolin
out to
on the
split in now.
outside.
They're looking for him.
Donahue, pass across the middle.
Interception.
Eli Douglas hauls in the interception, and he's still on his feet.
Look at him
Looking
go.
to return. Has a chance. Free's going to run him down, and the Tigers will have good field position here in Bearcat territory.
So Eli Douglas with a great interception there from about the 25-yard line. He goes for about 50 yards on the interception return. So great opportunity for McLain here. So that's the never give up spirit of the McLain Tigers. Hudson Lovett will still be the quarterback for McLain.
We'll see if they can orchestrate a scoring drive here.
This is the best ball position we've had all night. So,
and all set up from an interception and return from Eli Douglas, number 19. Lovett calls for it, now gives it to Bell. Goes off the left guard, and good gain to about the 19, and that's as far as he'll get.
Jordan Bell with a 6-yard run there. Kept his legs moving that time, makes it 2nd and 4. It's a great job by Bell. Zane Adams gives Lovett the play. Lovett huddles him up. We'll see if we go back to Bell there. Looks like Paint Valley's putting in a lot of new guys on defense.
Yeah, looks like they've got
Mixed
the
in with a
second
few
unit
starters.
out there as well, for the most part. Bolin still in his safety position now. So a little bit of movement. Low snap. Lovett has to just take off and run, and he will get back to what looks to be the line of scrimmage.
Give him maybe a half yard for Hudson Lovett there at quarterback. They're going to place it at the 18. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 for McLain. Cameron Medley brings into play the Hudson Lovett. And let's see what tricks McLain has up their sleeves here on 3rd down. Obviously 4-down territory for the McLain Tigers here.
Yeah, at this point, you know, you're as close as you've been to the scoring end zone as you've been all night, really. With the clock ticking like it is, you don't know that you'll get another chance. Bell on the run. He will pick up the first down.
He's picking up the first down.
And
nice
it'll be
block
about
by
the
Noah
14 or 13-yard line.
Superback. So McLain with the first down as they drive towards the end zone. Looks like the 14-yard line. So first down for McLain. We have 8:01 with the clock running right now. Brady Benninger brings in the play for McLain.
All right, so Tigers moving the ball. Bell still in at back. He has been a workhorse here tonight. He's got to have close to 28, 30 carries.
Oh, he's been
perhaps
dynamic
even more.
tonight.
He'll block this time.
Nice
Lovett
block.
has to roll to his left, looking to pass, now has to bring it down. He's tackled out of bounds. That has to be a flag.
The official wasn't looking at it, so the official
Oh,
won't
my
call
goodness.
it. The official's getting out of the way. So he missed the call in there, but nice run by Hudson Lovett for the first. They'll make it 2nd down.
Yeah, well, that should have definitely been a tackle out of bounds.
Yeah, which would have
And
given us the
that
first
would have
down.
been 1st and goal from, I believe, near the 4-yard line.
And the official was running out of the way. He had a little fear in his eyes there, and he ran out of the way.
A little bit.
I don't blame him, you know. Even some of the older guys can move around a little bit when they have to.
Lovett calls for it from the shotgun. Oh, that's got to be encroachment.
Moved it 5 yards or half the distance to the goal there. 52 for Paint Valley there. Bryce Blanton with the penalty.
All right, so the encroachment penalty, which looks just like an offside penalty, but said differently. Moves the Tigers a little bit closer. It'll be 2nd down and a near 3 or a very short 4. Love it. Handoff. Ooh, I think that was number 35. And yes, hands go up. Touchdown for the Tigers.
Colton Lamb. The touchdown. That's his first varsity touchdown for McLain. Great job, Colton Lamb. Coming in late in the game, and great blocking by the line to make it 30-6. Paint Valley.
It's a freshman to freshman, quarterback to running back, able to get into the end zone, and the Tigers get on the board here in the fourth quarter.
Zane Adams will be kicking the extra point. Cameron Medley on the hold.
Adams lines things up. Really good kick there.
Good job, boys. Zane Adams done an excellent job kicking for McClain this year. He had a lot of great opportunities in the game last week versus Northwest. Almost made a very long field goal last week.
And that means here now with 6:01 on the clock in the fourth quarter that our clock will not run continuously until the deficit gets to 30 or more. The Tigers hoping to do their best to make sure that that deficit does not get that wide again, and perhaps they can chip away a little bit more at it here late in the contest. The Tigers will kick off after scoring that touchdown. All set up really by that interception from Eli Douglas. He did a great job getting the Tigers into good field position down to the 25. Lovett doing a good job relaying the plays from the huddle and making sure that he got the ball to the backs. And also kept alive on a couple plays as well.
You get turnovers on defense, and there was one that we didn't get early. The officials called it completion. But you get turnovers on defense. Those are momentum changers. And, it's great to see McLain not give up in this game, and they kept going at it. Jordan Bell's been a workhorse tonight for the Tigers, and then you bring in fresh legs of Colton Lamb, who's a freshman, and comes in for the score, and that makes a difference and something to build upon for the rest of this game.
All right, Tigers will tee it up. Zane Adams looks to be the man to kick once again for the Tigers. They've not had to kick since the opening kickoff. He will line it up. 2 men deep.
Gage Wagner's deep this time.
Yeah, Wagner, and I think Kane still back there.
Kane's still in there.
The speedster.
Got a little pooch kick.
Bit of, kick out of bounds. No, rolls up the sideline. Stays in bounds. Wow. Wagner on the return. Brought down near the 30.
Yep. So McLain goes with the pooch kick. Slight return for Gage Wagner there for Paint Valley. Maybe about 10, 12 yards, depending on what officials. Looks like 12 yards. Going to spot it at the 32. So it'll be 1st and 10 Paint Valley. We'll see who Paint Valley comes out with.
I assume they'll probably
looks like the youngsters. We still have Owen Donahue at quarterback.
Young crew. Time is on their side, and as well as the scoreboard here with a deficit of 23 points. They'll trust the second unit.
C.J. Mannion at the tailback position.
Number 2 had to back up. He was probably about 2 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. Handoff. Believe that's Mannion once again on the run.
Mannion kept his feet moving for Paint Valley. Gives him 3-yard gain. Gang of tacklers for McLain, which makes it 2nd and 7. You see a lot of clean uniforms on Paint Valley. So
the senior backup tailback getting his number called a few times here in the second half.
That's a nice luxury to have. You have a senior backup. It's 5'9", listed 5'9", and
that was number 62. I think that's Sponsel with
Mannion's
the tackle.
Listed 5'9", 190. Yes, no Sponsel, the big tackle. That makes it 3rd down and 9. So big play for the Tigers.
Second down. Correction. Third down.
I'm going to presume that Corey Dye for Paint Valley wants to run the time off the clock, but maybe he'll give Owen Donahue a chance to throw the ball with it being 3rd down and 9. But the clock's moving and Paint Valley's up by 23. So we'll see what Coach Dye does here for Paint Valley. Colton Lamb, who got the touchdown for us, is now on defense for McLain. Charlie Gibson's in.
Coach Dye gives the gator chop.
We have Clayton Gibson in
And
as
then,
well.
Let's see, gator chop and cap wipe, gator chop. Not sure what that means, but it tells the players exactly
Roll
what
out.
to do.
Oh, fumble!
Fumble on the play. Covered up by the Tigers. They'll take over in
Fumble.
good territory once again.
Clayton Gibson with the recovery there.
Fumble on the play.
McLain gets the ball at the 20, so
Around the 20-yard line. McLain has it. First and 10.
great job by Clayton Gibson there to get that fumble recovery.
Gibson did a nice job pouncing on the ball. Maybe had a chance to slow things down and perhaps do a little scoop and score action, but secure the ball at all costs on the fumble. I didn't see who got there first. Whoever it was, they just shot out of a cannon off that right-hand side.
Well, I don't know if Paint Valley was designing a rollout run there, and but gives McLain another opportunity here late to keep building that momentum, and turnovers make a big difference in the game. So for McLain, here's another great opportunity to score here on defense. Their offensive coordinator, Evan McGlone's now down the sidelines.
Turnovers can make a big difference in a ball game, and especially a ball game where there's still time on the clock here.
Yes, 4-16. It's an amazing thing what momentum can do in a football game. And, I thought if Paint Valley was going to throw maybe a quick hitch or out, and they rolling out. It looked like a rollout run, design boot run, and the quarterback lost the ball when he's getting hit, and Clayton Gibson with the great recovery there.
The thing the Tigers are going to have to do here even though there is 4:16 on the clock, they have to be thinking about score and score quickly if they want to continue chipping away at this lead and have a chance to potentially get within a one-score deficit.
If they go play action here, Paint Valley has a lot of new guys in. They still have Carson Free in there from what I see. The rest of the guys look like the second string for Paint Valley.
Yeah, looks like they've got kind of a mix.
Yeah, a mix.
And this looks to be the all-freshman squad here. Love it. Pass, number 3, Buechler.
And he slipped
complete,
and fell.
But, yeah, just slippery on the grass.
Good catch. Good catch to hold on to it. But unfortunately, on a wet night, the grass can be a little slick. So we actually lose a yard there, or half yard, which will make it 2nd and 11. So good execution by McLain, but sometimes it's hard to keep the footing in there.
Yeah, the temperature has dropped quite a bit here with this cold front that's moved in. And obviously the grass still a little bit wet from earlier, but it's also probably getting a little bit wet just from the sheer temperature.
Oh, absolutely.
Love it. Rolling right, looking, pass, complete. Buechler hauls it in, but Kane lays the lumber.
So Kane's in there, and he, knocks down Keaton Buechler. So it's about 3rd down and 10 now, so we pick up a yard there. So Paint Valley's put back a few of their starters in. So 3rd and 10.
All right, Tigers with it now. 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd and 9 now inside the 20 as they pick up about 2 yards on that last play.
Charlie Gibson brings in the play. Clayton Gibson's in at tight end.
Love it in the shotgun. Lamb to his left. Signals. Looking. Pass. Right.
Oh, it's picked
intercepted. I think that's Reinhardt with it. Flag behind the
flag.
action. Yes, it was Reinhardt.
They've kept their
He's
starters
tackled
in.
by Buechler.
So the veteran Jace Reinhardt saw that play coming in. Paint Valley. And there looks like a penalty. Looks like a holding penalty on Paint Valley's the preliminary indicator.
Penalty is a block in the back.
That
Goes against the Bearcats on the return.
That looked like it's at the 29-yard line, so we'll see where the officials line up. The referee's walking it back now.
And we've got, let's see, we've got a little dance party from number 4, Free of the Bearcats, doing the gritty on the field.
It's 18. Well, I don't know why he's dancing.
I mean, you would assume. I know with the lead that's fantastic, but you know when it comes down to it, if you're on the field, you're there to play.
Yep.
And if I'm Coach Corey Dye, I'm saying, hey, we got to cut that out. There's still time on this clock.
Paint Valley
in the
tight
victory formation looks like they will just kneel out the possession.
2:26 to go.
Still plenty of time on the clock, but I doubt McLain's going to want to stop the clock here.
Yep.
Valley takes a knee.
Carson Netral's in for McClain now at defensive back. He's replacing Keaton Buechler.
Still the second string.
We got Leland Nedler in at defensive tackle.
Donahue waiting for the signal from the back judge. Waves his hand to indicate 5, 4, 3, 2, and they will take the snap and stop the clock once again.
We're down to 1:35 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. So we saw a lot of positives from McLain in the fourth quarter there.
Third down now for the Bearcats as they continue losing yardage, but intentionally as they take the knee.
And the biggest thing for McLain next week is get our kids healthy. There's a lot of bright spots for the McLain Tigers tonight.
Certainly so.
Paint Valley is a veteran team that's pretty loaded this season. Big win over West Jefferson last week. So a traditional powerhouse in the Columbus area.
And they will snap the ball once again, taking the knee on third down. They go now into fourth down as that clock ticks. They will take their time giving the ball to the officials so that when the ball is spotted, there should be just enough time to let the clock run out. And the officials seem to be talking about that.
Looks like Paint Valley will have to punt.
Yeah, I think there's just maybe a couple extra seconds here, and they're going to actually have to get rid of the ball. Either that or they'll just snap the ball back and run around for a little bit.
He may just take a penalty. He may take a penalty there.
Take the safety.
They snap it.
They snap. Kick
Robertson
away.
Kick.
Good kick. And it looked to be muffed through the arms of number 31 and then covered up, and that'll be our ball game.
The game's over. The final score of tonight's ball game. Paint Valley 30, McLain 7. Paint Valley moves to 3-0. McLain moves 0-3 for the season. We want to thank all of you for watching our game on our Facebook live stream and Huddle stream. We appreciate it. Next week, McLain travels to East Clinton to take on the Astros. After the players shake hands.
Yeah, we'll have the alma mater for you here in just a little bit. We probably are not going to stick around very long for post-game. In fact, I believe we're going to cut pretty early here just simply because of the lateness of the evening, getting started once again late. This time not due to heat, but due to rain. So we've had heat, we've had wetness. I think next time it has to be snow.
Yeah, you never know.
It's hard to really say what natural phenomenon we will have next time we are with you, but we will be back with you in just a few short weeks, as the Tigers will play host to Williamsburg for homecoming. At a new opponent on the schedule, Williamsburg, a very good team. We'll have more about them when we see you next. We'll have the alma mater, and we'll be cutting there shortly thereafter. But for right now, as the team gets lined up with the band and the Tigerettes and the cheerleaders, we'll have your McLain alma mater.
Once again, your final score, Paint Valley 30, McLain 7. We want to take a minute to thank our crew tonight that made this possible for all of us.
Great camera folks. Reagan Johnson up there on the top of the booth. I don't know if Claire was here tonight as well. She helped us last time. I don't remember necessarily seeing her. Fantastic job on the cameras there on top of the booth. And then on the field we have Zach Scales along with Braden Black doing a good job of getting that close-up coverage for you. In terms of just kind of the people that keep everything together through Hamilton, I mean, none of this would be possible without him. The crew in TV and radio does such a great job of doing everything that's covered. Just a great program that we're playing one. We're really lucky to have. And obviously, I mean, what can we say? Or, well, the man that really is kind of doing everything we've seen, making sure that the stream is up and healthy. You guys are able to experience everything there is here, just like you would at the games. Hopefully, from a little bit more comfortable to see. He had a camera on his shoulder for half the night. He's been doing all sorts of things. Could not do this without him. A labor of love for him.
He just does the job of 5 people. The job of 5 people. But people don't realize that. He's doing the job of 5 people. He's worked in TV production.
Fantastic. He's a producer and everything. I don't even know what title you really can put on him. He's a fantastic guy.
Technical engineer, soundboard, director.
Technical engineer, yeah. That's a pretty good one. So,
camera, everything.
I'd like to say thank you to you, Steve, as well. Steve Roble joining me here on the stream. I had failed to actually ask Steve until almost the very last minute here this morning, and I've been kind of busy this week, and I remember, goodness, I don't have anyone to co-host with. It's kind of awkward talking to myself. I sent Steve a message here this morning, and he was more than happy to join and take on the job here. Steve, thank you so much.
Well, I'm happy for the call-up. It's been a long time since I started this in 2004.
Oh, my goodness.
Way back when. Where were you, in high school?
I was. Yes, I was still in high school. That would have been, let's see, if it was fall of 2004, that would have been senior year for us. So.
Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And that was, well, no, that
makes you feel a little bit older now.
That'd be the winter. I think it's we were doing basketball. This wasn't even the thought doing football.
Oh, okay.
Games at the time. I was doing some basketball games with back when we were on cable channel 3, Philadelphia Cable, and the TV and radio class led by Bill Lee at the time.
Okay, yeah.
Drew Hamilton was a big participant, but he's not a basketball player then. So, you know, it was a different world, and we had a lot of cables back then. Let's put it that way.
We've got a few too. I think we're going to be pulling a few of those up here in just a second. Brad's already wrapping some. So, but it's been a pleasure to be in the booth here with you this evening. So thank you once again, Steve. You're doing a great job. We'll be back with you in a couple weeks. Tigers will be on the road next week as they go to East Clinton to take on the Astros and look to get a win home against the Astros over in East Clinton. I believe that's Sabina.
Yes, right in Sabina, the heart of Sabina.
Downtown Sabina. It'll be over